Welcome to another amazing episode of You Were Designed for Greatness. In case someone hasn't told you lately, you are. My name is Donna. If we haven't met, I am the founder of Vibrant Living International, and this podcast, You Were Designed for Greatness, is Vibrant Living's podcast. And our purpose is to empower you spirit, soul, and body. One thing I like to say is I want to stop identity theft. And I'm not talking about your credit card. So if you would like to learn more, I will give you some more information at the end. But today, I have been waiting for this one. I am so excited to bring Dr. Melissa on in just a second, and she is going to be sharing with you. If you don't have a piece of paper, or maybe you want to get back and listen to this when you do, because she's going to be giving you some things that can help you to live vibrantly and healthy in ways you may have not thought of before. So join with me and welcome Dr. Melissa. Hello.
Hi, Donna. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
It is my pleasure. So, where do you find yourself in the world?
I live in the great state of Colorado, where we have actually 4 seasons. I love it.
Me too. It is a big deal for me to have 4 seasons. Have you always lived there?
No, I grew up most of my life in Southwest Kansas, and from there I went to the true Midwest of Iowa, or the yeah, to school, and then I ventured a little further west over here to Colorado after I graduated.
Awesome. So, after you graduated, how did life look for you?
Life was amazing. I went to pharmacy school. That's where my doctorate
Mhm.
comes in. I do have a doctorate of pharmacy, and the world was open. I loved it that I could get a career in pharmacy and be able to do many, many different things. I went in to pharmacy school actually looking for a cure for a dear family member.
Mhm.
I kind of changed my path a little bit, but along that route, I actually found a supplement regimen for her that actually helped her, that she's still taking to this day. We've tweaked it a little bit along the way. Um, but I was so excited and grateful when her hematologist, which is a blood doctor, approved those supplements. Of course, with supplements, we always want good quality supplements, not just off the shelf. That kind of led me into more of a career in hospital. I spent most of my life in the traditional hospital world and helping patients. Any patient that comes into a hospital and they need medication, whether it be injectable or pill form,
Mhm.
the pharmacy handles that. So
Mhm.
just like when you go to your local pharmacy and you get your pills and you take them home, when you go into the hospital, we have to support you with whatever you're taking daily, along with whatever you're needed for that acute condition. So that's what I did most of my life.
Okay. And so, what led you to what you're doing today?
Well, I went through a few challenges in my career and realized that that path was no longer suitable for me. I um, I opened up my eyes to the world of the box that the insurance company puts you in, the
Mhm.
box that the medical system puts you in, and I decided that there was a better place for me. And the stress of where I was, even though things were going pretty good, my stress level became really high and higher than normal, so high that it actually caused a condition for me to form. My throat actually started closing off, and I finally got to the right doctor, right surgeon, and I had to have surgery. And when I had that surgery, he told me that I would probably be back in 6 months. And I didn't like that answer. I was like, no, I don't want to go through this every 6 months. That doesn't seem right. Why would that seem right? So I did some soul searching and kind of got down to the root cause, which was the stress of the things that were going on that was no longer suitable,
Mhm.
was not good for my health. And so I decided to pivot out, and I started a consulting business. And throughout my tenure in hospital, I'd ran a couple of ambulatory clinics, and so I had done a lot of things along the way that I'm still doing, helping people optimize their medications, get down
Mhm.
to the right medication, things that don't interact with other things. They would come in and ask me about supplementation, and we would make sure that they're getting the right supplementation. And so when I opened my consulting concierge practice, I really help people optimize what they're taking. And I like that to get down to the bare minimum of what they're taking,
Yeah.
both prescription and supplementation.
Yeah. Yeah, so many times you take one medication to counteract the side effects of that medication, and you just keep adding and you don't subtract at all. Going back to your story just a little bit, me, the life coach in me, just caught a couple of the things that I just want to highlight to people listening. So, Melissa was doing something and continuing to do something, even though it was helping people to the level that the box allows you to. But there was something that was not in alignment anymore with what her heart was telling her was possible, even though she didn't fully know how, and that her heart was saying something. So she's speaking every day things that are not in alignment with her heart. And I just chuckle because our body will reflect it. And you had problems speaking, you developed problems with your voice as opposed. And so it's just interesting when people come to me all the time and their body tells them things that are not in alignment with what is going on in their soul and their spirit and their heart, how whatever word you want to use. And that's one of the reasons why I think you and I have this synergy together, is because I'm not a doctor and how and all of that kind of things, but I know stuff about the other. And together, when if we could work, we work in harmony with people, being able to help them see what isn't in alignment, and then help our body be the healthiest that is possible. Our bodies are designed to heal themselves. um, it has to be, or we would kill ourselves by the stuff we do to ourselves. So
Uh,
anyway, that's just something I noticed from your story, is how your body was telling you that I
yes,
can't keep doing this.
and I didn't listen.
Yes,
So
we don't
it,
listen.
I didn't. I didn't. It took me. It actually took me 4 years of
Yeah.
trial to get to the right place. And that's those who are listening. Don't take that long. It's
Yeah.
torture on your body. So if you feel
Yes.
something out of alignment, let's
Yes.
take care of it now.
I
Um,
have this session I take my clients through, and it's like when they'll say, and it's a quiet meditative, where's there pain in your body? And they'll say my arm or my back, and all of it means something about what it, and I'll say, well, are you having any problems with this? And they're like, ah. So our body does have information. We just pop a Tylenol or something else and don't
exactly,
listen.
exactly, exactly, and um, that's part of. So when I decided to do concierge consultant, I pull in. So I have a program called the Whole Body um, program, and I really feel, because I stepped out of that box. And when you go in, they just look at your arm when your arm's hurting,
Hmm.
and it's more than that. There's physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional health that all plays a role. And so I encompass that now more so than anything. It's helping you get off of stuff and optimize what you're taking, but we look at those other pieces as well, because it's so much more, so much more.
Absolutely. Oh, I love it when these nuggets arrive. So tell me a story about what you're doing today.
Absolutely. So one of the things that one of my passions today is to help people really get off of those medications, those supplements. So I'm going to tell you a story about an individual who, I've been working with them off and on for several years. When they came to me, they were on 16 medications.
Oh my.
And those medications, unfortunately, were causing a lot of side effects.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't realize it. Um, the doctors just kept giving them more and more. And those side effects, some of them made them sleepy. Some of them they had to eat with the pills. There was pills every 4 to 6 hours.
Mm-hmm.
The day revolved around pills. It was horrible. Absolutely horrible. And when I took a look at all of those medications and sat down and figured, okay, well, why is there so many? Well, there was some big underlying conditions that had to be treated, and so we look at that. But then we started peeling back the layers, and I worked with the physician to prescribe the right strength of medication so we could start
Mm-hmm.
slowly tapering off. And now this individual no longer is falling asleep um, with pills. No longer, they were even, I mean, they were sit on the couch and they just nod off. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
what's going on? Because of the medication. And then the ones that made them hungry, then they were eating more, which wasn't necessarily the right
Mm-hmm.
stuff because it was, oh, I need to eat right now. And there wasn't always
Mm-hmm.
appropriate food, healthy choices available. And so now this individual is down to 5 medications, still needs the
Oh.
medications, very, very necessary. And I want you to know that sometimes medications are necessary, but we're down to the bare minimum and
Mm-hmm.
down to the lowest dose. And doing lifestyle factors. So the movement is still happening, the nutrition is still happening, looking healthier. Um, this individual is now feeling better, more vibrant, has more energy,
Mm-hmm.
is able to get out and move more than just being strapped to those pills. So it was a long journey, and I'm still working with them, but for the most part, we're down to where we need to be. We did throw in, I think, 2 supplements because that just made more sense
Mm-hmm.
to make them healthier. So, um, but those adverse drug reactions, those side effects, those drug interactions, all these things that your physicians don't necessarily think about because you go to a specialist, to a specialist, to a specialist, and
Yes.
then nobody
Yeah.
talks to anybody.
Yes.
So your pharmacist is very key in making
Mm.
sure that those interactions aren't happening. But
Right.
your local pharmacist probably doesn't know what supplements you're taking.
Right.
Guess what? Those supplements interact with your medications. They can interact with other supplements. And then there's the side effects. So all of that, you need somebody who can help look at the whole picture. And looking at the whole picture with that story I told you, that whole picture, this individual, this started about 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been working with them. So I've been doing this on my own about 6 years. So when they came to me
Okay.
fairly early on, and it wasn't instant, it didn't happen overnight for us to go down all those medications. It took time
Mm-hmm.
because if you just stop something, that could be
Yeah.
detrimental to your body. So be very, very careful. Don't just stop something.
Right.
Listen, ask questions. When you go in to see your physician, ask questions. Why am I being put on this? Before you even start it. And then is it going to interact with things? These are just a couple of key points you want to keep in mind.
Right. Right. Well, how will people get in touch with you to learn more? I know we don't have enough time. We could do an all day seminar of all of the things that we could learn and get into. Um, the world, in my opinion, is drug happy. There is so much money in drugs, and so never before in I mean, it's so prevalent now for a commercial to tell you to go ask your doctor to give you this drug and all of that. Um, anyway, I've got strong opinions about it. I could get on a soapbox, but the whole point is that we do need them, but we do need them appropriately, and having an advocate like you to help people through that. So how could people find out more and get in touch with you?
Absolutely. So they can go to my website. It's probably the best thing, and I have actually a special for you. If you go to Dr. Melissa Balizan, DrMelissa.Balizan.com/podcast, you can go in there. You can book a time with me, or you can download a copy of the 5 questions you should ask your healthcare provider before starting a medication and or before starting a supplement.
Awesome. Well, as always, we wherever people find this audio or video, we will have the links to be able to easily get in touch with her if you would like to learn more. Get that free download as well as having a call with her to see what would be the best course of action for you. So, thank you, Melissa, so much for what you do for helping people. Hey, how's your voice, by the way?
My voice is very good. I can actually speak now. Doesn't hurt.
Got an alignment and things got better. So you didn't have to go back in 6 months again, I take it.
No, I have not been back to that surgeon since my surgery.
Oh, I love it. I love healthy stories. So, again, thank you for shining and thank you for all that you do.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Donna. Much a pleasure to be on Vibrant Living Podcast.
Well, another great time with an amazing guest. Be sure to check out her website and take advantage. Share the information. I know you know someone who is on medication and feels like they're taking too much medication. So let's bombard her with calls and being able to find the resources that we need to live vibrantly. And as always, if you would like to learn more about I shared about the connection between your body and what is going on in your life, something feels stuck and out of connection, I could welcome you to call and schedule a call with me. I'll get it out right and here in a second of charting a new course consultation. It is available for you. I'll put the link in as available wherever you find this video or audio. And let's live vibrant. And reviews for this podcast. So until next time, have an amazing day. Bye for now.